Technology will become a bigger part of learning in Jasper schools, but there's more on the way. Where things are headed, plus the city of Jasper is celebrating another victory this evening, and Purdue Extension educator Jan Dugan discusses eating less without knowing it tonight on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with a Knox County man being taken into custody after he led police through river bottoms in western Pike County. At about 11:50 last night, an Indiana state trooper was patrolling along State Road 61 north of Petersburg when he saw a GMC pickup truck driving left of center near the White River Bridge. The trooper tried to pull the truck over, but the driver turned onto a nearby farm road and accelerated into a cornfield near the river bottoms. The chase ended a short time later after police say the driver drove his truck into about 3 feet of water. After a brief altercation, the driver, 53-year-old Harold Mark Wilson of Monroe City, was taken into custody. Further investigation found that Wilson was intoxicated with a BAC of 0.1%. Wilson was booked into the Pike County Jail. He faces a level 6 felony for resisting law enforcement. He is also charged with a Class C misdemeanor for driving while intoxicated and a Class B misdemeanor for reckless driving. Those of you who use State Road 161 in the Holland area will soon have to find an alternate route. The Indiana Department of Transportation says starting on May 11th, the road will close between State Road 68 and Holland, a stretch of about 4 miles. INDOT says weather permitting, crews will be shutting down both lanes of State Road 161 in that area to apply a chip and seal treatment. Local traffic will have access to the road during construction, but INDOT is encouraging local drivers to slow down and allow additional space between vehicles to avoid damage to windshields, paint, or auto bodies that could be caused by stone chips. INDOT says the work is expected to take anywhere from a few days to a week to complete. For more information, you can follow INDOT on their Facebook and Twitter pages. Indiana has released its list of 4-star schools for this year, and several area schools made the cut. According to a news release from the Indiana Department of Education, 281 Hoosier schools in all received the designation for the 2013-2014 school year. There were 14 schools chosen across DuBois and Spencer counties. Here in DuBois County, Greater Jasper schools accounted for 2 of them, as Ireland Elementary and Jasper High School were honored. Meanwhile, Holland Elementary was the only school from the Southwest DuBois district to be honored. Southeast DuBois boasts 3 4-star schools, which are Ferdinand and Pine Ridge Elementaries, along with Cedar Crest Intermediate School. Northeast DuBois High School was the only one from its district to be honored. Moving south to Spencer County, North Spencer schools did well, as Lincoln Trail and Christney Elementaries got 4-star designations, along with Heritage Hills Middle and High Schools. South Spencer High School made the list as the only 4-star school in the South Spencer district. No schools in Pike or Martin counties made the list, though Bar Reeve Elementary and Bar Reeve Middle and High School in Davies County did make the list. Speaking of schools, the role of technology in the classroom is continuing to expand and may eventually expand further than it already has for Greater Jasper schools. Of course, the Greater Jasper School Board gave Superintendent Dr. Tracy Lori permission earlier this week to look into leasing 2,000 UnoBook devices for students in grades 6 through 12. Lori says the UnoBook was the best device on the market for the district. She says going to one-to-one learning in 6th through 12th grades will create more opportunities.
In grades 6 through 12, being one-to-one, it opens up some potential avenues in the future. Not saying that that will happen next year, but if we ever get to the point where we're one-to-one K through 12 with a solid learning management system, we could do e-learning days for snow days. But as long as we are easing our way into that and trying to support our teachers in making that shift, I think we'll be successful.
The lease for the UnoBook will run for 4 years and will cost the district roughly $334,000 annually. 75% of the cost will come from the district's rainy day fund. A textbook fee of around $45 a student in grades 6 through 12 will cover the rest of the costs. Now, Lori says other options that the UNO book will create include a district-wide transition to the Canvas learning management system at all grade levels, along with an e-learning day at Jasper Middle School that would be held sometime next school year. With all of the new technology, Lori says making one-to-one learning available district-wide is still very much a possibility.
We're going to be looking at how we can incorporate technology in our elementary schools. We have some iPad sets there. With adding this one-to-one device, we'll be able to repurpose several of our Chromebooks, which we can push down into grades 4 and 5. And so we're making strides in getting that to that point. But again, the focus needs to be more about what is happening in the learning and not necessarily focused on the device, because the device is simply a tool to help with the learning.
The Southeast and Northeast Du Bois school districts already have one-to-one learning through devices. And finally tonight, Jasper is celebrating yet another victory. The city has advanced out of the first round of the America's Best Communities competition, which had 140 communities competing in it. The win also comes with $50,000, which will be used to develop a comprehensive strategy to speed up economic development locally and to improve quality of life. Mayor Terry Seitz says this announcement is yet another step forward.
This is a long-haul contest, and I'm very delighted that we have made what I would consider the first cut. We have taken a team approach. This is not a city direct involvement group. In other words, we will be working with a team that will actually help implement this.
The contest is sponsored by Frontier Communications, Dish Network, the Weather Channel, and CoBank. Frontier's General Manager for Southern Indiana, Mark Evans, says Jasper has a great chance to go a long way in the overall competition.
So many people have stepped up. We're actually going to give all the people that submitted a $5,000 award so they can maybe further their idea to some degree. So really, that's all I have to say today. I couldn't be any more excited that Jasper got to be one of the top 50, and actually now I guess we can shoot for something a little higher.
Jasper now advances to the quarterfinal round, where it will be one of 50 communities competing. The city now has 6 months to complete its revitalization plan. 15 semifinalists will be selected early next year, and 8 finalist communities will be chosen from the semifinalist group at the America's Best Communities Summit. 3 overall winners will be chosen, with $3 million being awarded for first place, $2 million to second place, and $1 million to the third place finisher. All right, coming up after the break, a sunny finish to our week and how to eat less without knowing that you are. We're back after this.